The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to it. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on this morning? Happy Monday morning to everybody. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's up at it, doing their thing. We're going to get up this morning. We're going to get into the markets. We're going to look at some markets, going to look at some market news, going to go over some markets after this long weekend, long holiday weekend. Didn't get at you guys on Friday because, hey, Thursday was, it was a long night, long weekend, long night. So, hey, it was what it was. And sometimes it just be like that. So, it got busy. Got busy on me this weekend. But we're all good, man. We're here on Monday. Gonna look at these markets, gonna see what's going on. The stock market had a long weekend. And they're gonna wake up and start trading today in the stock market. See what they do. We'll look at the Asian markets, European markets. They're already up trading. United States markets getting ready to kick off here in the United States. Look at the crypto market. Look at some crypto news. See where these crypto markets are going to take us today. Definitely looking decent. Good morning, Junior. Good morning, Selma. Good morning, Ken. Yeah, I tell everybody I missed the 4th of July. The 3rd of July was a little rough, man. But the 4th was so kind of slept in a little bit. A little rough, man. A little rough. But we made it. We made it through Monday. Work day. But we good, man. We good. Good day. It's a good day to have a good day, brother. But yeah, good morning to the Junior. Good morning to you. Good morning to my man Selmo. How are you doing? Brother? You staying cool in this nasty heat we got over here on the East Coast, man? Ken, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Early afternoon to you as well. My brother over there in the EU. Yeah, Ken, it was just a little bit, man. But we'll be good. It's all good now. BB, yes. It was it was it comes with a cost, man. It costs to be the boss, so man, it costs, man. But we're good, man. We're good. It's your boy just need a little extra sleep. Need a little extra sleep, need a little extra rest. It's very rough out here. Oh man. That's all I know, man. I'm just laughing at you guys, some of you guys' comments. Yeah, Zelensky lost the land. Yeah, the Russians took that land, man. Them guys been going at it like crazy over there, Ken, man. And I guess that doesn't do too well with his negotiations here with the United States, does it? Uh, XRP's looking good, man. They're setting up pretty good too. We'll get into a little bit of that, man. Um, XRP looks good. Uh, Heat, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brother. Grand rising to you, my brother. How are you? How are you coming in this morning? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Bonk is moving. Yeah, that whole Solana ecosystem's about to move. We talked a little bit about it on Wednesday. That whole Solana ecosystem is about to move. I like Bonk. I like where they sit right now. I kind of like Bonk a little bit better than I like Dogwood Hat, but we'll see. I mean, the number one meme coin on that Solana chain is the Trump coin. Number two is Whiff, and number three is Bonk. But Bonk's definitely moving. Uh, BlackRock owns the majority of land now in Ukraine. They've been buying up a crap ton of farmland out there uh, ever since this war. So they've been BlackRock's been scooping up property like crazy for the minerals. That's why they're scooping it up. You know, so I mean, it really at this point, BlackRock. I mean, they've scooped up so much farmland in Ukraine. It's absolutely nuts, man. For to farm and for the mineral rights. Because BlackRock does what they do and they just buy everything, right? And they, they basically run everything. Yeah, Trump. He's making some crypto announcements tomorrow. Yeah, he is. We gotta see, man. Like we talked about here before, Ken. Man, it's one thing to talk, man. These guys got to get moving, though. They got to get moving on some stuff, right? We got some great crypto news though. XRP applies to become a bank. Ripple applies for their banking license. Circle applies for their banking license. Are we gonna see this flipping in of these banks, where you're starting to see, some of these stablecoins, and crypto companies start to become banks? Do they get bigger than the banks that are out here already? Do people start to utilize them a little bit more? It's gonna get interesting, man. It's gonna get real interesting here. It all boils down to stablecoin regulation. But yeah, Ripple applies for its banking license. Circle applies for its banking license. Scottish, what's up, dog? Good morning, babe. Good morning, man. What's going on? But yeah, so with these guys applying for these banking licenses, and possibly becoming banks, what happens? What happens with Ripple? What happens with Circle if they actually open up a bank? Like I'm saying, do they become some of the largest banking institutions in the world? Right? I mean, stablecoin regulation is gonna dictate a lot of that, right? And so isn't some of the cryptocurrency regulations that are coming out going to dictate a lot of that. So things are starting to change, and it's a matter of do people really catch on and pick up on this or not? Because really, Ripple and Circle have the ability to step into this banking system and change the way that they bank, change the way people bank. And could you ask for more for crypto? I think that's amazing. So if that happens, we'll see. But this Genius Act, we got to get this thing. We got to get this thing moving. Got to get crypto regulation moving as well, because without that, everything else is pretty much null and void. We looked at ZBCN before, and we'll look at it. We'll look at it, Scottish. I have my own take on ZBCN. I have my own take on it, and personally, to let the cat out of the bag, we talked about on here before. I don't necessarily care for that project. I think it's they there's no other company, there's no company that they say that they're working with that has officially come out and said that they're working with them. Um, and we'll look at the chart. I'll show you what I think happened. Uh, yeah, Elon's coming out. Elon's gonna have a new political party too. Uh, no, that's Zebek. That's Zebek. All right. Well, while you're here, Scottish, we can look at it real quick. I have the chart right here. Let's look at it real quick before we get into the rest of the news. ZBCN, right here. We look at this thing, and you pull this chart back, right? And you look at this chart, what's trading sideways. This is daily chart, right? For Jesus from here to here, right? From here to here, this thing was trading sideways. It did absolutely nothing. Had a little tiny pump up here. It did absolutely nothing, right? And then all of a sudden, all the influencers started to talk about it right about here, right? You see everybody that was talking about XRP start to talk about ZBEC, right? Which lets you know that there was a lot of money pumped into marketing of ZBEC, because you're not going to get that many people talking about it without money flowing to them, right? So here was your influencer pump right here. This is what it was. If you went on YouTube, if you went on if you went on TikTok, TikTok being the biggest, everybody was talking about ZBEC, and some partnerships that were never even official, right? So you got this pump right here, this influencer pump, right? What happened since then? You pulled that because people, started to realize, well, hold on, what you're talking about has never really come to fruition, and there's really no official, statements that this what you're talking about is really coming to light, right? So you started to see this pullback, right? Not to mention that when you start paying people, they probably paid them in tokens, and then they started dumping their tokens right here, right? Because obviously nobody works for free, right? So if you pay them in tokens, you get this big pump up right here from everybody talking about it, and then people need to get paid, right? So they started, could have been a token dump here, right? And if you look at the stochastic, it never really recovered back up to this point, right? Never really recovered back up to this point, which lets you know that this pump right here was artificial. Because if you look at another chart here, where's he back? Look at XRP, right? Just look at XRP. You have this pump up here, this matching pump right here on the stochastic, right? Boom, boom, boom. You see it keeps coming back up to this high and going back down, right? And look at ZBEC. Got up here, rolled up here, during this pump, never got back up there, right? And if you notice, now people are starting to talk less and less about it, right? Because everybody got paid here, right? Everybody got paid here. And a lot of people got paid in tokens here, but a lot of people got paid here. So their contracts are probably up. And then all of a sudden you get this downfall, right? And it's pulling way back from its EMAs as well. So you got your moving averages here. It's pulling right out of that. And if it can't hold them, you're going to come right back down here. You're gonna end up right back down here. So no, I don't like this project. Tell you the truth, Scottish. I don't believe in this project. I could be wrong. But there's no validity to this thing, right? And you know, so it is what it is. You know, people can hate me about it. You know, they'll hate me. You know, because so many people have talked about it. But you know, the chart's the chart, and the chart doesn't lie. And that's what happened. You can't go for months and months and months and trade completely sideways with no pump, and then all of a sudden everybody starts to talk about it, and you pump to the moon, and then you start to dump again. That's an influencer pump. That's all that is. No problem, Scottish. That's what we're here for, baby. That's what we're here for. So we got the Asian markets. They didn't trade too well today. Got the European markets. Ken's over there dumping profit. They're all in green. They're looking good. Ken's dumping a lot of profit over there. So he's pumping the markets up, doing his thing. Got the pre-markets over here in the United States. Not looking great at all right now as of today. But we'll see. They're going to open up after a long weekend. Always after a long weekend, you expect them to start in red. We'll see what happens when they really start to open up and trade. Got oil sitting in red right now, not doing too well. So we'll see. Oil prices in red are actually good though. We like them. That means price going down. Definitely need to go down. Yeah. Yeah. Pump it up, Ken. Pump it up. But yeah, we got to have this oil prices going in red. That's good though. You know, market's going down and oil prices are going down, and that means gas is cheaper. And we definitely could use some cheaper gas around here. Got gold sitting in red right now as well. Gold and Bitcoin kind of follow each other a little bit. Gold doesn't look like it's gonna open up too well right now, but hey, it's not too bad. Got all the precious metals actually in red right now, but we'll see. See what happens as this market opens today, right? Because that's what's important is this market's going to open. You got Tesla shares absolutely taking a smashing in pre-market. Good morning, David. Good morning. You got Tesla's actually down 7% in the pre-market's taking a smash because you know Elon's divert his attention now to this new political party that he's launching, the American Party. Tesla's shareholders have had it. Basically, and they're dumping their shares. Like, so we'll see if Tesla can recover. But you know, people I think that are holding Tesla are like, yo, dude's not really working on the company. He's out here doing 95 other things. So we're gonna go ahead and move on, right? Got this tariff talk over here starting to spin up again. Trump says he's got like 12 or 13 letters he's about to send to countries to say that if they don't strike a deal, that he's going to go ahead and raise their tariffs. So we got some issues, got some issues going on with this tariff talk. But like I said, I think people are sick of that too. So people are sick of talking about that as well. They don't think that it's going to have a big impact on the markets because they think everything's priced in. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've been day trading a few alts, but Pepe. Yeah, Pepe's not doing too bad. I day trade all the time. Scottish. I day trade all the time. And coming over here, when you look at this day trading situation, what I do, and I try to tell people the easiest way to do this thing. We'll get to Pepe. You look at Pepe, come over here, pull the chart up, daily chart. You look at it sitting at 5098 right now. So it was a little higher this morning. You start to see the stochastic RSI. You start to see it cross over a little bit, which means it's overbought, which means it's starting to come down here into this oversold territory. So what I like to do is get this stochastic RSI, right? And when you see this cross right here, this is where I'll start to take a long, right? I'll start to look for a position in here. I usually start with the day chart, drill down, and then drill down to the 15-minute chart and look for this same cross on the stochastic. And that's where I'll take my entry. right? I'll take my entry there, and as soon as this cross comes in on the oversold, on the overbought territory right here, this is when I'll get out of my trade, and I'll just rinse and repeat that for a lot of different cryptos. I do that with Pepe, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I do it with all. I'll run off the stochastic. Now, will you hit the absolute bottom? No. Will you hit the absolute top? No, because this is kind of like a little bit of a lagging indicator. But I'll definitely use this to trade. So as soon as that thing crosses, I'm in on the 15-minute, and as soon as that thing crosses on the daily, I'm out. So kind of how I've been playing it. Spain will be hit hard by Trump's tariffs. I think so. I think there's going to be a couple countries that get hit, and unfortunately, but I think the markets have already priced it in. So I don't think we're going to see a big hit on the markets, because I think, quite frankly, it's kind of like the XRP news, the XRP case, the case with the XRP. I think people are just like, yeah, whatever. And it's kind of where they are with the XRP case, kind of where they are with the tariff news as well. It's like, yeah, whatever. So you're going to tariff somebody? Cool. We already priced it into the market. Go ahead. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Glenn. Good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. But yeah, that's how I've been trading Scottish. I really been using this stochastic RSI to really trade, and you can see it. You can see it on the charts, right? You can see this. Every time this thing crosses, it's pretty accurate when you look at it. Like right here, you had your cross for the oversold territory down here, right? And then you had this run up right here. Is the overbought territory. It's like right up in here, So, and then it crossed down, came all the way down, and I wait for it to get to the bottom, take a trade like right here, and then it kind of like just had this baby run up. You would have stayed in that trade to about right here, and then kind of crossed again. It stayed in that trade to about right there. So it works. It's the easiest. It's one of the easiest ways to do some day trading. And I also, even for my spot trading, like when I think I want to buy some more, like Pepe, or I want to buy some more Airdrome, or I want to buy some more whatever I hold in spot, I never buy when this RSI is up here, right? I always buy when it's down here. It lets me know that I'm getting somewhat of the best price possible. Michael, good morning. Good morning. Even if you take Airdrome, like I trade Airdrome quite often. I hold a lot of Airdrome, but I trade it as well. But if you look at it right now, it's sitting at 70 cents, right? You look at this RSI, it's completely oversold, right? This thing's completely oversold. So that right down in here, you're probably getting your best price right around 70 cents, 69, 70 cents, right? Because the last time it was this low was right here, right? It was right up in this area right here, and I want to say that this is probably like a 60 to 70% gain right here on the run up. Whoops. You hit the top of that. Looking at about, yeah, probably close to a 84% gain right there, just off of that one trade right there. Just using the stochastic, it's probably like an 80% gain, right? So, if it does it again and you hit it right here at 70, at right around 70 cents, if that thing rinses and repeats itself, you're probably looking at another 80% move to the upside. So, that's a nice trade right there, for a couple days. So make a little bit of money, make a little bit of that money. But Pepe does the same thing. Just, you see it, boom, 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 right here on the chart, does the same thing. It's rolling the same way, But yeah, so I don't know, guys. that's how that's how I'm rolling, Scottish. What we got going on in the crypto market over here? Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 52, sitting at neutral. Definitely moved up since last time we streamed on Wednesday. Altcoin season 28 out of 100. Definitely moving up since Wednesday as well. This thing was in the teens on Wednesday, so definitely making a bigger move to the upside. You're looking at the crypto market here at a $3.36 trillion market cap. That market cap's definitely moving to the upside as well. Putting more money into the market, guys. Putting more and more money into the market. That's a great thing. You don't really have to look at the ETFs at this point because the market's not open. So they're really not trading. So we got the Bitcoin dominant sitting at 64.4%. This thing continues to tick up. You're not gonna have altcoin season till this thing till this thing goes down a little bit. Gotta see Bitcoin dominance move a little bit to the downside. It's really starting to tick up. I know it says we're in altcoin season, but the dominance is still way too high. Got Ethereum dominance sitting at 9.2%, which is up from where we were at 8.9% last time we were on stream. So definitely that Ethereum dominance is starting to kick up a little bit, but Bitcoin dominance is still way high. Institutional monies, right? And this is what's parking their money right here in Bitcoin. So we'll see this bull run. What this Bitcoin dominance is going to look like before we kick this altcoin season off, because this bull run is going to be a little bit different. Institutional investors aren't just going to rotate their Bitcoin from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then Ethereum to altcoins. So they're going to hold a little bit longer. These guys got expendable money. They can hold and hold and hold. So we'll see what that dominance looks like. Curtis, good morning. Good morning. We'll see what that dominance looks like as we move forward. But definitely need that Bitcoin dominance to come down. On chain, BSC still kicking everybody's butt. Solana is now back at second place, sitting at $1.9 billion in 24-hour trading volume. I think we all could have predicted Solana coming up, taking that number 2 spot again with the movement of all their meme coins and their ETF, Solana staking ETF that was released last week. They released it at the absolute worst time over the 4th of July weekend. I don't know why they put it out there at that time, but it's actually doing pretty well. I expected it to take a dump because of the holiday weekend, but it actually held on pretty well. So Solana ETF is holding on really good, and it's the first staking ETF, so that makes it even more bullish. I like it. I like what they're doing. You got Ethereum on chain underneath $1 billion right now, 837 million in 24-hour volume. Think about that every now. Ethereum's blockchain just did under $1 billion in 24-hour trading volume. We haven't seen that in a while. Base sitting at 632 million. So yeah, look at Polygon jumping up to number 5. Polygon with a big jump, baby. Big jump for Polygon. I know price action doesn't really show it, but that's a huge jump for Polygon. Polygon was sitting down here, with 24-hour volume. But look at them making that big leap up to number 5. Hey, we gotta respect it. So I like Polygon looking good right now for volume. Price, maybe not so much. Volume, definitely good. Volume usually equals price, and we'll see where we go. All right, Jay. So when we look at this, look at where we are on the day on the bubbles, baby. Look at all that green. Look at XPX on the day up 10.6%. XPX up 10.6%. Let me say that to you guys again. XPX up 10.6%. That's a big move. That's a big move for a meme coin that size. But everybody's good, man. Look at Hex up 14.7%. Hex is doing his thing. Bonk up 10.3%. It's looking really good. So I do like Bonk. here at this price point. Bonk day 2 is let's go. Yeah, I like Bonk. I like Bonk right here. I like Bonk at this price point. When you look at it, let's look at this for a second. Let's go Bonk tether here. See where we're at. All right. So let's look at this thing, and I'll tell you guys kind of what I look at, right? So we talked about the RSI. Look at the RSI being way overbought up here, right? And look at Bonk rolling above its moving averages right now, right? Broke out of these moving averages and put 1, 2, 3 daily candles above these moving averages, right? Came up here, RSI was right here. Boom. If you would have hit that trade right there, you would have been up pretty good, right? So what I'm looking for Bonk right now, looking for a pullback into these moving averages right here. As this RSI starts to pull back to start to sell off a little bit, because it will sell off and it needs to sell off. It needs to sell off in order for it to be healthy, right? So I'm looking for a little bit of a sell off right here, back down into these moving averages. And if this thing sells off and comes back down here into these moving averages, boom, this is where you take your trade. This is where you take your trade right here, Scottish. As soon as this thing moves down into the moving averages and this goes to oversold and that cross comes, boom, that's where you take your trade and you're looking for that next move to the upside. But I do like Bonk's setup. I like Bonk's setup right now, moving back down into the moving averages. Oh, you know I tell them about SPX 6900 all the time. That's 200. Is it? Curtis. Yeah. I mean, but you got to look at it coming back down here to these moving averages. This is where you get in your trade right here. This 200, this red is the 200, right? So I wouldn't trade the 200, right? I would wait for it to pull back down here into the 50 and that's where I'd start to get in. That would be my point. Much like, okay, so SPX 6900 has actually got a nice setup for a trade right here, right? It's starting to get to the point where it's overbought, right? Starting to get to the point where it's overbought. You can start to see this RSI get up into here, right? It's going to pull back into these moving averages right here. You got these moving. It doesn't even have a 200-day because it hasn't been out that long enough to generate the 200-day. But it's going to start to pull back into these EMAs. You want to pick your trade up right about here, right around what's that? That's too low, probably right there in the middle, right around 120, $1.20 is where you're going to want to pick this trade up at. And as soon as you pick that trade up, you're going to be good right around at 120, getting ready for that next move to the upside. So definitely like where SPX 6900's got a nice setup to it. You see it right here. You see it right here where the RSI is at the bottom right here. Started to make this move to the upside. It wasn't a huge gain. We're not looking at a big gain here, but when you're trading with leverage, you definitely can make some money on that. But the big gain for SPX was right about here. You see the RSI was at the bottom. Made this big move to the upside right here. So definitely like where SPX 6900 is sitting right now. Definitely looks good for a trade. Bonk looks good for a trade as well. As if it pulls back. Wait for it to pull back. Curtis looks yummy. Yeah, gotta wait for it to pull back into them EMAs though. It will pull back. Just be patient. Wait. It's gonna happen. It always happens. So wait for it to pull back into the moving averages. Move to the 15-minute chart. And when that RSI goes all the way down to the bottom on that 15-minute chart, there's your entry. That's your entry. So H bar's not looking too bad as well this morning. Sitting at 15.9, call it 16 cents. Moved up a little bit. Bitcoin is looking 1087. It's trading right now between 1085 and 109. It hit 110 for briefly over the long weekend, but it looks like it's not going to do too bad today. Bitcoin is hanging in there. Institutional money's coming in. You're looking at a lot of institutional money coming into Bitcoin. You got Metaplanet here. That inches closer to that to the top 4 Bitcoin Corporation holdings right now, as they made a huge $238 million purchase. So Metaplanet start to accumulate more and more Bitcoin. I know people don't want to see this; they hate this, but this is a good move for these corporations. And you're going to start to see these corporations do the same thing here with Ethereum and Solana, the two other ETFs that are out there. It's just going to take a minute. They got to get comfortable with Bitcoin. But they will get comfortable with Bitcoin, and then they'll start to move to Ethereum and Solana as well. Yo, Junior, have a good one. Go have a good one. But yeah, so Metaplanet, they're getting closer. Top 4, they're going to be a top 4 holder. Huge for Bitcoin. XLM, this is something we talked about before on this channel. It's at a risk right now. Because what you have is these guys that have rolled out with Franklin Templeton a lot of real world tokenized assets on their blockchain. They've integrated a couple stable coins on their blockchain, but what they're not getting is the volume, right? They're not getting the volume that they predicted that they would get over there, which is really hurting their price action. So they're at a really, really crucial level right now. Let's call it a crucial level of price. Let's have a look at XLM here. XRP, I know I got XLM up in here. Right, here we go. So when we look at XLM, right, let's pull this thing back on the day right here. They're below their moving averages. They're below their 200-day. They're below their 25. They're below their 50. They're below all of their moving averages, right? Which isn't good, right? This isn't good. So they've been in a steady downward trend, right? They've been trading inside of this box. They started to break out of it on, the past couple days, which I think is absolutely great. Let me tell you guys, I'm a big supporter of XLM. I have a lot of XLM. I think that these guys are going to move, right? So I think that they're going to move. I think they're going to move substantially, right? But here's what we got to see. We got to see these guys get up in here into these moving averages and start to build some support up in here. Get this thing up to about 30 cents and start to build this support up here in these moving averages to really take that next move up, right? Let's be honest with this downward trend right here. They finally broke out of this thing. XLM wasn't going anywhere until they broke out of that downward trend. But now that they have, let's see where we can go with this thing, because I think XLM is going to be a major player in this bull run, right? But what we think and what the chart tells us, they got to line up. If the chart doesn't tell us that somebody's going to be a major player, but we think they are, you got to go with what the chart says. But I like where they're headed over the past couple of days. Let's see if they can keep that going. Yeah, I heard an old wallet came to life too, and that's not what you want to see. Scottish as old wallet. I I mean, Curtis, is old wallets coming to life. When old wallets come back to life, yeah, that means somebody's about to buy a house. Uh, somebody's about to buy a house. Yeah. Well, so thing about BTC, when they cash out on BTC, it's gonna have, yeah, that old wallet comes to life. It'll have an immediate price impact, but long term, institutions are just gonna swoop that up. You know what I mean? They're just gonna swoop that up. BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, Fidelity, Meta Planet, all them guys, if somebody was to dump 69,000 BTC in the market right now, it would get swooped up so fast. Retail investors might have a chance to grab like an eighth of that. 0.10 average for you on XLM, 10 cents. Yeah, my average on XLM is like way down there. But the thing about XLM is I want to see it come to life. I want to see it move. I want to see this project do really, really well. I want mass adoption out here when this ISO token starts to take off. But they do need to have some positive price action as well. They got to get back up here. They got to have some positive, some big moves. So, I mean, I just think that XLM, it could be a runner. Solana sitting at 153. I'm a big XLM fan. I think it's going to do numbers as well. I think that you have a better chance. You're going to get more percent gains off of Stellar than a lot of these other projects that are sitting above it, right? Just because I think it's going to move. I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to move. I think it's going to really have a lot of real world tokenized assets on it. And I think people have made a crap ton of investments in Stellar. And I don't think that they'll let it fail. I think Franklin Templeton will start to move some of them real world tokenized assets across there. And I think it'll do quite well. Still a little red on an hour. I mean, we're starting to fill in a little bit green here. Still a little bit red, but not too bad, right? We're not dropping like a rock. Ethereum's still sitting at 2,500. Key level for Ethereum was 2,500 and got over that. Let's see if we can get this next push up on Ethereum to get to this 2,700 mark. XRP sitting solidly at $2.28. XRP is going to, they pumped up on the Ripple news with the Ripple applying to be a bank. Circle's actually applied to be a bank. Ripple's actually applied to be a bank. So I think we'll see what's going to happen. Arrow, Curtis, you think Arrow's going to do numbers? Listen, I'm a big, huge Arrow fan, right? First of all, let's get that right out in the open. I think that Arrow is probably one of the ones that'll do numbers that we probably can't even anticipate at this moment in time. I think Arrow and Ondo are two projects that'll probably do large numbers, right? And like we looked at before, Arrow's trade right now it's setting up to be absolutely, this is exactly what we talk about, right? When we take a trade, RSI down, pulled back into the EMAs, and now look at it, getting ready for that next move to the upside, right? This is exactly what you want to see. It had its run, pulled back to the EMAs, get in your trade and get out of there. Pull this thing back on the 15 minutes and see if this is even if this gives us an entry. 15 minutes. See, hold on. This always does this to me. Click out of there, click back. Yeah, you look at it below the EMAs right now, oversold, even on a 15-minute. If you wait for this 15-minute to cross, right here on the RSI, you wait for that 15-minute to cross, it'll probably cross right here, right up in here. That's where you want to take that trade. Make sure your momentum's going to the upside. Actually, it just crossed right there. So you want to this is a perfect opportunity to take that trade. It just crossed, and what you see a green candle starting to form, right? So this perfect this would be the perfect trade setup for an arrow drone. Perfect trade setup. Because even if you just get a 20% move off of that, that's good money on a day trade. So definitely arrow looks good. Everything's pointing to the upside. Yep. You got your 15-minute green candle, and you come back over here to the hour, and you know you're still sitting just above them EMAs, which is absolutely great. Absolutely a nice trade. I won't take that trade because I'm sitting on stream with you guys, but I would have taken that. Ondo's looking really solid. Let's just call it solid, sitting at 79 cents. Got the support level sitting here between 79 cents and 80 cents. Ondo can't fall below this though. It's got to hold on to 79 and 78 cents. Because if it falls below that level, you're going to start to see a 69 cent Ondo. I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to fall below this level right here. It's sitting right here. Again, it's a beautiful trade. You look at it sitting up there in the EMAs right there. Wait for this thing to come down to oversold, and you jump in this thing, buy it there. You're sitting pretty good. This thing looks like it's got a nice setup going to it. What we got for Popcat? I love to trade Popcat. Scottish. I've been trading Popcat like crazy. Scottish. This is one of the ones that I've been trading on the daily, man. Just because look at that RSI action, right? Boom, 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 boom. I've been day trading the hell out of Popcat, and I will probably take another trade on Popcat today. You know, when you look at this RSI, boom, it's here, came down, overbought. We're moving into oversold territory. I'll wait for them things to cross, and we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Crypto black belt. So yeah, so Popcat looks good too. But yeah, I mean the market itself. See how it's, the hour. Look at it. Look at the hour start to fill in on green. See, we're starting to move, guys. We're starting to move to the upside. Look at, like we just talked about Polygon's movement on chain. What's this price action done over the last day, right? Up 2.1% over the last 24 hours. You started to see the movement on chain start to move up, which is something you always got to pay attention to. You know, these layer ones and layer twos, they can pump all they want, but what's their on-chain activity will dictate whether or not they have that staying power. It looks like Polygon is actually starting to move up 2% on the day. Looks like it's up another 0.5% on the hour. So this has had a nice move to the upside. Nice. Looked like it started down here right around 18.3, somewhere up in there. On the day, moved up to 18.5. I mean, on the hour, on the day, looked like its high was, we're probably sitting right around our high right now, 18.5. Low was 18.1 on the day, so not too bad. Where are we at on the week with Polygon? 19, 19.2, 19 cents. 2 was its high. On the week, 17.6 was its low. Not Polygon's looking decent, actually. Looking better than it has in the past. Looking a lot better than it has in the past. So over this week, so like what Polygon, I don't know what they got going on over there, but they definitely got something going on over there. Got to be NFT movement. When you get to Polygon, it's got to be NFT movement. Let's look at Quant. Quant sitting at 108 right now. Definitely moving to the upside. Quant's looking strong. Quant's looking good. Like where Quant sits, high on this project right here. I think Quant will do some numbers. I think we're just at the beginning of what Quant's going to do. I think this hype's going to do some numbers too. This Hydro Liquid, the way that it's climbed up the charts this year, I think it's definitely going to do some numbers. This thing definitely looks good. Like where Hydro Liquid sits. I wish we could use it here in the United States. Hopefully they'll roll that out soon, and then our numbers will even look better. I like where Solana sits here at 153 too. I think with the ETFs, just much like the Bitcoin ETFs, it takes a little while for them guys really start to move price action. But the fact that Solana has one, and it's doing good volume, I think you're going to see Solana's price really start to take off. I like Solana where it's at right now. Michael says he loves Quant to me. I do too. I think Quant's gonna do numbers. When we get to the ISO 2022 rollout, I think Quant. That's where you're gonna start to see Quant do numbers. Right now, it's Quant. Anything under $100 for Quant, that's play money. I think you'll see. I think you'll see that thing absolutely take off. Same with Chainlink. I think that when we really start to roll out all of this blockchain technology and what's going on, you're going to see Chainlink do numbers probably that people couldn't dream of. People don't think that Chainlink can 10x from where it is right now, which would be about, let's call it $130, right? I'm telling you that if this thing rolls out the way that it's supposed to, Chainlink can do all of it 10x. Yeah, my Quant's gonna double in no time. Once ISO rolls out and all of them blockchains are out, you're gonna see Quant do numbers, absolute numbers. I've liked Quant. We've been talking about Quant for forever. When it was at 50, when it was at $50, we were talking about Quant. But look at Pepe. See, it's starting to come back. Pepe keeps playing around. It takes the zero back, gives it back. Takes the zero back, gives it back. 5099 right now. 999994. But look at, like, just pull it back on the day, right? You look at the high is the 1027. Pull back, give back. Pull back, give back. So Scottish, these are good trades setting up right here. I would say I would take a trade on Pepe. Anything under 50, anything around 5098, 5097. I'd take that trade and let it run up. Let it run up to 4012, 4013, and that's gonna be a good game. Almost 50. Give me 50. You give me 50, Ken. Give me $50, Ken. You give me $50. But yeah, so I like it. I like where Quant's at. I mean where Pepe's at right now. What else do we got going on? Before I get up off of here real quick. Yeah, that gap is still there, Curtis. And at around 91, 92,000 for BTC. I don't know if it's going to get filled though. We'll see. I mean, we definitely could see some downward pressure in BTC, but man, there's a lot of institutional money in there. What's Scottish got going on over here with this FUCK 92925? What we got? There it is. Not looking too bad. 2 mil. Not looking too bad. Held on. Held on over the weekend. Uh, Definitely held on. Wanna see where BRL is right now. I still hold a lot of my BRL bull run. $4.93 right now. Come down. Come down. I haven't looked at it in a while. Come down, trade sideways. We on the 1 hour chart, just holding, just hanging out. Just hanging out. What's up, Big Watch? Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing, Big Watch? You guys are flowing. Big Watch comes in the chat, and the chat just starts to flow. I gotta look at that one, Scottish. I gotta look at that one. But yeah, BRL sitting good. Yeah. FUCK sitting good. We haven't looked at trouble in a while. Got a lot of trouble like locked away. Where's this thing sitting at? 29 cents. Oh boy, I got beat up on that. Looks like it's putting in some green today though. Over the past couple hours, past couple days actually. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I'll take it. I'm not worried about price action right now because we're coming off of this holiday weekend. You got to expect price action to be down. BB bot sitting at 1.3 mil. I like this project. It's just a matter of whether this project can catch on or not. This is the project where you can send tokens directly from your Telegram handle. You can send it to and from without even using a wallet address, just using your Telegram handle. I like that project, but can it catch on? That's gonna be the kicker. It's always the kicker, right? Matt Fury memes, gas. Boy took a dive, 1.9 mil. Look at that. I think all the Matt Fury memes will take off though. Once the book comes out, they'll take off. Purple AI. I'll take a look at it, Curtis. I'll take a look at it for next stream. Purple AI. Oh yeah, you've been listening to that Z-Beck? Yeah, it's just with Z-Beck, like there's nothing official. You know what I mean? Uh, and when people have partnerships, the two sides come out with an official statement. With ZBAC, there's just nothing official. And just look at the pump, right? Just look at the pump and when the pump happened and why it happened, right? The pump happened because a bunch of people were talking about it, right? And then they started to dump off. No, someone says you got 99 problems. We got 100 reasons why his crypto's gonna ball out. All right, man. Man, I like it, Selbo. Hey, listen up and get off of here. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. I hope everything went well for everybody. I hope everybody took some time out to do what they wanted to do and touch some grass and spend some time with family and all that good stuff. And I had a great weekend. And we're back at it. You know, Friday. I took Friday off, didn't stream, but we're back at it this week, and looks like a great week, and looks like the market's going to do pretty well, opening up on a Monday morning. Looks like the stock market's in red, much like we would anticipate after a long weekend. See what the morning brings. I think the morning will start to turn around for the stock market. I think we'll be fine. I just think it's that long weekend that everybody's got to settle into. But yeah, I think we're good, man. I think we're good, man. And like Samuel says, we're going to take off, man. We're going to take off, and we're going to be fine. Crypto's going to be just fine. Future millionaires will be made, and they'll be made pretty quick here. And God bless all of the people in Texas for the flood. What a tragic situation that was. Thanks, Big Watch. What a tragic situation that was. With everybody, in the camps and everywhere else, and who could have had anticipated, who could have anticipated, that much rain coming down in that short period of time. I don't think anybody could have, and unfortunately, tragic situation. I was watching that all week, pretty much all weekend, keeping up to date with what was going on, and man, that's just crazy. And for it to happen at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, who could most people are sleeping, and have 3 stories of rain dumped on you while you're sleeping. You don't have a chance, right? You don't got a chance. So unfortunately, a lot of kids died as well. Never what we want to see. But yeah, keep them guys in your prayers, man. I'm keeping up to date, keeping watch, and let's hope them things don't continue to happen. But with that, guys, we're up out of here, and just pay attention to what's going on. Everybody have a great one. Yeah, pray for them people in Texas. A lot of families destroyed, and let's make sure we take care of each other. All right, guys, we're up out of here. Bye.